Mercury pools of Teotihuacan. Beneath the imposing temples and pyramids of Mexico's ancient city of Teotihuacan, an intriguing but toxic mystery lurks: shimmering pools of liquid mercury. Teotihuacan, a pre-Columbian urban center dating back to 100 BC, was one of the largest cities in the ancient world, boasting a populace of over 100,000 at its peak. The city is noted for its architectural complexity, with structures like the Pyramid to the Sun and the Moon and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, all connected amongst numerous residences by the Avenue of the Dead. It was beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent that a sealed-off passage was discovered in 2015, which led to a tunnel deep beneath the ground. When 21st century archeologists dared to venture down into it, they could not in their wildest dreams have imagined what they would find. Mexican archaeologist Sergio Gomez Chavez led the subterranean expedition after chancing upon the tunnel himself. He later recalled the potent stench of the tunnels upon unsealing them. The smell was almost unbearable, but it confirmed that he was entering caverns that had lain undisturbed for millennia. At first, the archaeologists encountered undisturbed treasures, exactly where ancient hands had placed them as divine offerings. Amongst these eerie treasures were crystals that had been shaped into eyes, a collection of crocodile teeth, beetle wings which had been meticulously arranged in a box, hundreds of small metal spheres, and intricate sculptures of jaguars poised to pounce on any who might dare to disturb the ancient tunnel. They found the most stunning feature 56 feet beneath the surface, a model of the region's mountainous landscape. The walls around this section of the tunnel had been painstakingly decorated with fool's gold so that in the firelight it would sparkle like a galaxy of stars. A nearby rubber ball, once used for ancient sports games, represented the sun. However, most fascinatingly, between these miniature mountains were found lakes of liquid mercury, molten shimmering pools which had remained in their place since biblical times. One theory proposes that the pools were part of an elaborate representation of the underworld, a realm of dark creation where souls are reborn. In this interpretation, the reflective quality of the mercury would have mimicked the sheen of watery realms associated with the afterlife in Mesoamerican mythology. Mercury is a naturally occurring element, yet its presence in ancient contexts is unusual due to its rarity and toxicity. Control over mercury, a rare and precious substance, would have reflected and reinforced the status of Teotihuacan's elite. The name Teotihuacan translates to the place where gods were created. Standing above the tunnel's miniature underworld, where shimmering lakes of mercury meet a sparkling galaxy of pyrite overhead, one can easily imagine how its creators must have felt like gods themselves. Metallic Library of Cueva de los Tallos. Claims regarding an ancient and mysterious library of metallic tablets concealed deep within an Ecuadorian cave have been met with skepticism. However, the Cueva de los Tallos and the rumors of its mystical past should perhaps not be entirely dismissed. The name Cueva de los Tallos translates to Cave of the Oil Birds, alluding to the colonies of small birds nesting in its depths. As the longest cave in Ecuador, it has been the site of multiple expeditions of varying success. To this day, the cave holds spiritual significance for the Shuar people, an indigenous Amazonian culture recognized for their exceptional hunting skills. However, beyond the Amazon, they are most renowned for their traditional practice of tsansa, also known as head shrinking. The Shuar, whose knowledge of the local cave systems is unmatched, descend into the cave seasonally using ladders constructed from vines. Once inside, they collect the fledgling oil birds. Claims that the cave housed mysterious items and chambers did not surface until 1969, following an expedition by the Hungarian-Argentine explorer János Juan Moric. Those involved in the 1969 expedition professed to have unearthed piles of gold and riches, bizarre sculptures, and a metallic library containing secret knowledge, all concealed within artificial tunnels purportedly dug by an ancient lost civilization, with alleged extraterrestrial involvement. Though Moric never produced any tangible evidence, his story was popularized by Erich von Däniken in his book The Gold of the Gods, which was published in 1973. Von Däniken had previously claimed in his 1968 book Chariots of the Gods that extraterrestrials were involved in the advanced technology of ancient civilizations. Von Däniken connected Moric's discovery to a collection of golden artifacts and etched metal tablets held by an eccentric local priest named Father Crespi. The artifacts were supposedly gifted by the Shuar tribes during Crespi's work in the region in the early 1900s, though many were subsequently lost or dismissed as brass imitations. Despite the tantalizing proposition, the specifics of Morich's claim have always been sketchy, as he never publicly disclosed the library's exact location or provided incontrovertible evidence of its existence. However, his declarations inspired a whirlwind of exploration. One of the most notable expeditions took place in 1976, when astronaut Neil Armstrong visited as part of an expedition that ranks as one of the largest and most expensive cave explorations ever undertaken. The team, comprising over 100 individuals from around the globe, included experts from various fields, a film crew, military personnel, and a team of experienced cavers. Though the expedition found no evidence of treasures or a metallic library, it did discover ancient, meticulously carved, and highly polished passageways dating back to around 1500 BC. Further into the cave, they discovered a mysterious square-shaped rock formation resembling an elongated doorway. This feature is known as the Morich Portal, named after Janos Juan Morich. While most historians and archaeologists have dismissed these claims as fabrications, many still contend that the cave conceals relics of a lost civilization that once communed with beings from another world. Tunnels of Maya. The ancient Roman town boasts a rich history, replete with hedonism, scandal, and mysticism. When tunnels were unearthed beneath it in 1932, archaeologists didn't know what to expect. It took decades even to begin understanding the true purpose of these tunnels and uncover their dark secrets. The ruins, immortalized by the celebrated British painter J.M.W. Turner, suggest that it was a sprawling resort above ground. It served as a home to the wealthiest and most hedonistic of the ancient Romans. For centuries, beginning around 80 BC, the empire's elite made their villas here. Ancient texts describe a den of licentiousness and vice and a vortex of luxury. Here, the super-rich indulged in copious amounts of wine and food, spent time in the naturally heated thermal baths, and frequented various debauched establishments. When a tunnel system was unearthed at the site in the 20th century, it was hypothesized to be the fabled Cave of the Sibyl. This legendary location was supposedly home to a prophetess who had powerful visions of the future and scribbled her prophecies on oak leaves. The winding passages of the tunnels are hewn through volcanic earth and rock, which belches steamy clouds of sulfuric gas, and the surrounding area supports little to no vegetation. When in the early 1960s, the tunnel received more mainstream archaeological attention, some still believe that the tunnels were a genuine entrance to the underworld. A new group of archaeologists set about unblocking the main tunnel and venturing down into the bowels of Maya. The tunnel's east-west orientation suggests a ritualistic purpose, perhaps associated with the solstice. Carved niches appear every 3 feet in the tunnel, providing space for oil lamps that would have illuminated it to a much greater extent than what would have been necessary for merely traversing the dark. The tunnel's S-bends seem specifically designed to obstruct the view of what lay ahead, deeper underground. Beyond these bends, archaeologists were astounded to find a small stream of sulfurous waters, so hot they nearly reached boiling point. The true intent of the tunnels remains a mystery. Still, one theory suggests that the tunnel's humidity, heat, and foul sulfurous fumes may have been used to persuade visitors that they had truly traveled down into the underworld. There, they would reach a sacred location where they would engage in rituals, and perhaps even have their futures told. Some even say that the volcanic stream may be the very same river of fire mentioned in Dante's Inferno, where the souls of the departed are boiled in blood. Varna Gold. In the northern corner of Bulgaria, beside the western coast of the Black Sea, lies the city of Varna. A place known for its picturesque beaches and rich cultural history, Varna has become synonymous with a remarkable archaeological mystery, the Varna Gold. In 1972, workers stumbled upon one of the most important archaeological sites in world history while excavating an area to construct a factory. They uncovered the ancient Varna necropolis, a burial site that held remnants of an extraordinary civilization which thrived approximately 6,500 years ago during the Copper Age. Among the necropolis's treasures, the most captivating discovery was an abundance of golden artifacts. It was an astonishing find, with over 6,000 grave goods unearthed, including approximately 3,000 items made of gold, weighing more than 13.5 pounds in total, more gold than has been found in the entire rest of the world for that era. Not only was it the largest collection of gold artifacts found from the Copper Age, but it also proved to be the oldest processed gold ever discovered. More mysterious still was the quality and complexity of the items. The artifacts of exquisite jewelry, weapons, and symbolic items pointed to a society with advanced metallurgical knowledge, predating the Sumerians, Egyptians, and even the invention of writing. The most extravagant grave, labeled as Grave 43, is believed to belong to a high-ranking individual, possibly a chieftain or spiritual leader, indicating the existence of a social hierarchy. This burial contained more gold than any other, an ornate golden scepter, and a plethora of other objects, suggesting that the society might have used gold as a status symbol. The gold's source remains a puzzle. While archaeologists believe it was locally sourced, no clear evidence of ancient gold mines has been definitively linked to the necropolis. This scenario implies a sophisticated trade network, again challenging the conventional understanding of the prehistoric societies of the time. The excavation of the Varna site has been an ongoing process due to the meticulous care required. Currently, approximately 30% of the Varna necropolis remains to be excavated. It's impossible to predict what the remaining graves may reveal, but researchers hope they may contain clues about the Varna's mysterious disappearance. Crystal Maiden of Teotihuacan. Deep within the labyrinthine corridors of Belize's Teotihuacan cave lies a startling relic of a lost civilization, the Crystal Maiden. An eerie, glittering figure frozen in time, she offers a chilling glimpse into the sacrificial rites of the ancient Maya. The ATM, also known as the Cave of the Crystal Sepulchre, is nestled in the jungles of Belize's western Cayo district. Discovered in 1989 by a team led by Dr. Thomas Miller, it has since become a hotspot for archaeologists and adventurers alike. Concealed within its depths are ceremonial artifacts, human remains, and the macabre allure of the Mayan underworld. The Crystal Maiden is the cave's crown jewel, a human skeleton calcified over centuries, shimmering with a crystalline sheen. Named for its seemingly delicate, jewel-like coating, the skeleton is believed to be that of an adolescent sacrificed as part of a ceremonial ritual. Contrary to her name, more recent analysis revealed the Maiden to be a young male, approximately 18 years of age at the time of his death. The reason behind the young man's sacrifice remains a mystery. Scholars suggest it was likely a desperate plea to the rain god Sha'ak during periods of severe drought. Other intriguing items discovered in the cave include ceramic vessels with small holes punctured in them, known as kill holes. These were likely designed to allow spirits to escape, suggesting they were also part of ritual practices. The ATM cave, also called Xibalba, or the Place of Fear by the ancient Maya, is not for the faint-hearted. Reaching the Maiden involves wading through chest-deep water, maneuvering narrow passageways, and climbing ladders, all in near-total darkness, a haunting reminder of the ceremonial path the Maya priests would have followed centuries ago. Evidence even suggests that the Maya purposefully modified the cave formations to cast shadows onto the walls, akin to an early form of shadow puppetry. Additional sets of remains differ significantly in age, with some being as young as just 1 year old. A 15-year-old individual displays signs of being bound before death, and many of the skulls belonging to younger victims show elongated cranial deformations. Most of these individuals were killed between 700 and 900 AD with a blow to the head, consistent with what historians understand of Maya ritual human sacrifice. An alternative theory suggests that the victims had been accused of witchcraft, which in contemporary terms might imply that they suffered from some form of mental disorder. This theory aligns with the oddly shaped skulls discovered in the cave. Supporting the witchcraft theory, archaeological records indicate that the Maya people were fervent witch hunters. Parallels have been drawn between their witch-killing culture and that of 17th century England. The significance of the cave itself is also debated, but it was likely intended to confine the souls of the supposed witches for eternity. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of the past? Subscribe now to Dark Five's brand new Ancient Mysteries channel and embark on a journey to uncover the most enigmatic and awe-inspiring mysteries of ancient times. Leave a comment if there are any ancient mysteries you want us to explore in upcoming videos.